Psalm 35. David complains of his enemies and their wrong dealings. He asks the Lord to judge him according to his righteousness. A Psalm of David. Plead my cause, O Lord, with them that strive with me. Fight against them that fight against me. Take hold of shield and buckler, and stand up for mine help. Draw out also the spear, and stop the way against them that persecute me. Say unto my soul, I am thy salvation. Let them be confounded and put to shame that seek after my soul. Let them be turned back and brought to confusion that devise my hurt. Let them be as chaff before the wind, and let the angel of the Lord chase them. Let their way be dark and slippery, and let the angel of the Lord persecute them. For without cause have they hid for me their net in a pit, which without cause they have digged for my soul. Let destruction come upon him at unawares, and let his net that he hath hid catch himself. Into that very destruction let him fall. And my soul shall be joyful in the Lord. It shall rejoice in his salvation. All my bones shall say, Lord, who is like unto thee, which deliverest the poor from him that is too strong for him? Yea, the poor and the needy from him that spoileth him. False witnesses did rise up. They laid to my charge things that I knew not. They rewarded me evil for good, to the spoiling of my soul. But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. I humbled my soul with fasting, and my prayer returned into mine own bosom. I behaved myself as though he had been my friend or brother. I bowed down heavily as one that mourneth for his mother. But in mine adversity they rejoiced, and gathered themselves together. Yea, the abjects gathered themselves together against me, and I knew it not. They did tear me, and ceased not. With hypocritical mockers and feasts they gnashed upon me with their teeth. Lord, how long wilt thou look on? Rescue my soul from their destructions, my darling from their lions. I will give thee thanks in the great congregation. I will praise thee among much people. Let not them that are mine enemies wrongfully rejoice over me, neither let them wink with the eye that hate me without a cause. For they speak not peace, but they devise deceitful matters against them that are quiet in the land. Yea, they opened their mouth wide against me, and said, Ha ha, aha, aha, our eye hath seen it. This thou hast seen, O Lord. Keep not silence, O Lord, be not far from me. Stir up thyself, and awake to my judgment, even unto my cause, my God and my Lord. Judge me, O Lord, my God, according to thy righteousness, and let them not rejoice over me. Let them not say in their hearts, Ah, so would we have it. Let them not say, We have swallowed him up. Let them be ashamed and brought to confusion together that rejoice at my hurt. Let them be clothed with shame and dishonor that magnify themselves against me. Let them shout for joy and be glad that favor my righteous cause. Yea, let them say continually, Let the Lord be magnified, which hath pleasure in the prosperity of his servant. And my tongue shall speak of thy righteousness, and of thy praise all the day long. This is an interesting one. I will say this is the second time that we've heard this idiom right here. Rescue my soul from their destructions, my darling from the lions. Now, this is an idiom meaning my life, or my only life. He's not talking about his wife or his daughter or anybody else. He's talking about his life. I wanted to mention that. But this is an interesting one where he doesn't seem to ask God to destroy his enemies. Not exactly. Not in the way he does in other Psalms. This is much more just him asking for deliverance. So it's a very interesting and very different tone. And as I've mentioned in other videos, in some of his psalms, David comes off to me anyways as being a bit arrogant. Kind of bragging that he can't fail. God, he's just too good. God won't let him fail. And in this one, it's more, people are turning against me without any cause. There's no justice in what they're doing. So save me from them, deliver me from mine enemies. But he doesn't seem to ask him, he doesn't say, God, destroy them. He just says, protect me. It's an interesting change in tone. But let us get to this. This has a Joseph Smith translation. What the Joseph Smith translation is, this is an inspired translation or correction of the Bible done by Joseph Smith to restore those portions that had been lost over the years. Now, there's only one verse that has a correction in this, but I thought it was an interesting one. So verse 12 in the King James says, they rewarded me evil for good to the spoiling of my soul. And Joseph Smith corrects this. They rewarded me evil for good for the purpose of spoiling my soul. Now the difference there is very subtle. The difference is very subtle. In the King James, it's saying, they rewarded me evil for good, and as a result, it spoiled my soul. But with the alteration, the correction Joseph Smith puts in there, they rewarded me evil for good because they wanted to spoil my soul. That was the end goal of spoiling the soul. It wasn't the good, the evil itself was not the end goal. It was the destruction or the spoiling of David's soul that was the end goal. Now, as I say, it's a subtle change, but I like it. It gives a little bit more, it explains the situation a little better, we'll say. And anyways, it's a nice psalm. Not a great one, but it's a nice psalm. And when we compare it to his other psalms, it gives us a very fascinating look at the changing dynamics of David's writing.